All right, guys, how's it going out there? Rooster here in Tennessee with another radio up for sale. And if this one makes it to the website, it'll be on roostercb.com under used and special items, but I will list it locally as well. So if you don't see it show up on the website within 24 hours, chances are it's sold before it made it there. Radio is a Galaxy DX2517, and I know this radio well, where it came from very well. It was part of a very prominent station here in Tennessee back in the mid-2000s, I guess you'd say. If you were talking Skip on 28, you definitely heard this radio. It was part of probably what was one of the probably top 2 or 3 stations out there on 28 at the time. So that may matter to you, may not matter to you, but that's a little bit of backstory on the radio. Now, back when these were coming out, you had some other base stations that were popular, the 2980s by RCI, 2990s, 2527 Galaxies, Galaxy Saturns, things of that nature. Generally, in my area, you had kind of 2 different crowds. You had the 2517 crowd, which is what's here in front of us, and then you had people that liked the 2980 by RCI better. Both fine base stations, very similar features, not a whole lot to differ between the two. The main difference being the old style 2980s, you don't have an external echo control. It's on the inside, whereas the 2517 you do. And I don't think the old 2980s have talkback on them either. They might, but I think you had to add talkback. So variable talkback.
Hello, audio, 1, 2, audio. Audio, 1, 1, 2, audio. 1, 2.
Now, this radio was set up specifically to drive a single 800. It was driving a single 4CX 800 steel tube amp into the next amp. So it was specifically set up for that. The way this radio, the output of it and everything, that's what it's designed to do. Now, it's still a really good performing radio, but you'll know what I'm kind of talking about when you see the average power and how it works on the watt meter and all that. Everything functions on it. Switches are all good. No floppy jalopy switches. They all work really well. We'll test the sideband output. It wasn't used on sideband, so who knows how it's going to do there. It was AM only, basically was only used for it, but everything works good. No channel segments out. The LEDs that are in it, it does have LEDs in it, but they're kind of dim, so those could probably use replaced. But the channel lights look good. Volume, show you that it receives. So good receive on it there. And of course it does have the bugle horn over here on a switch to the left. So there's the bugle horn noise toy in it. If that's your thing, great. If it's not, you know, whatever. But kind of cool it's got that in there. So yeah, we'll get into the power output of it and wrap this video up. Again, I'll list it locally for sale. And a lot of times before I can get these radios on the website, people will message me. Like the Connex Saturn that I listed yesterday, it never made it to the website. It sold before I could get it up there. So who knows? This one might be the same, or this one might be one that I hold on to for a while. I don't mind keeping this one because the history of it. These aren't my kind of radio, but I wouldn't mind keeping it just because where it came from, and it's kind of a little part of radio history to me. But anyway, let's get on with the show, guys. Turn the RF power up wide open here. I don't think we'll need anything but the 50-watt slug to test it. But we'll do average power first. This is with RF power wide open, 50-watt slug, middle scale. 10-watt dead key. Audio, audio, audio. Hello, audio. Got the echo turned on. You can see it bouncing around there. Let's turn that echo off. It's going to be misleading to us. Hello. And we've got the dang bugle horn on. Come on now, get it together. Hello, audio, audio. Audio, audio. About 17, 18 bird with the RF power wide open. So, of course, you've seen them do more than this. We'll turn the RF power all the way down. About a 2-watt dead key there. Audio. swinging 13, 14 average. That's what I'm talking about. This is an export radio, and generally you'll see more average output than that. But again, this radio was set up to drive a specific amp setup. So didn't need it doing 20, 25, 30 watts average power. Just need the average power right there between 10 and 15 watts. So let's go to PEP. We've got our dead key all the way down. Right now, this is just going to be peak power. Audio check 1, 2, 3. Audio check 1, 2, 3. Over 50. And of course, wide open. Hello check 1, 2. Audio check 1, 2. It's going to do the same thing. Audio check 1, 2, 3. Audio. Now, I think if you put this thing on like a tight dosimeter, I think it shows about 40 or so PEP, like an MFJ or something. They're going to show a little bit less PEP. For those wondering out there, it's probably not going to swing like that on a dosi. But again, dosies don't read true PEP anyways. Let's go to sideband. And for sideband, we'll just turn the RF power halfway. See how it does. Back to peak. Audio check 1, 2, 3. Audio. That's actually better than I was expecting. Lower sideband. Audio check 1, 2, 3. Audio check 1, 2, 3. Audio. Over 50. You guys want to see, put the 100 watt slug in here just to kind of compare. The 100 usually reads, or the 100 I should say, somebody will correct me for saying 100. It usually reads a little bit tighter. Let's see what it does here. Audio 1, 2, 3. Audio 1, 2, 3. Audio 1, 2. And it shows 50 on the dot. Audio bottom scale. Audio 1, 2. Audio maybe just barely past 50, but not much. So the 50 reads, you know, I think it reads about 5 watts. More generous than the 100 watt. Who's to say which one's more accurate? Just because one's tighter than the other doesn't mean, you know, one's more accurate and the other one's not. But nice 2517. I mean, this stuff here, normal wear and tear on the handles. No big deal there. You probably got some surface scratches on top, you know, that aren't showing up on camera. But overall, a nice radio. And like I said, it means something to know the history of it, who ran it for a very long time. One owner radio, I'm about 99% sure on that. If it's not one owner, it hasn't been passed around, that's for sure. One person has owned it for about the last 15, 16 years anyway. So that's it, guys. Questions, comments, shoot me a text, 423-299-3535. You're interested in it. Also, check out the website for new and used radio equipment, roostercb.com. Everybody have a good one out there. Rooster in Tennessee. Catch you guys on the band. See you, bye.